Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. I have your severe weather forecast and other categories. We do have our tornado threat that has ramped up for today. That's why I'm making this video. You've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. I usually don't upload from Friday from sundown to sundown Saturday. That is Sabbath, unless lives are at risk. And with the tornado threat increasing, it's definitely going to be a rough afternoon. So that's why I'm here now. Also have links in the description where you can follow me on other platforms, even help out with merge, help feed families. Thank you to everyone that is helping. That is such a great blessing. God bless you. And God bless everyone in Hawaii. I have an update this morning on that as well, and it is very heartbreaking. I'm not showing any videos from that because it's just the stories are getting worse and worse, guys, from people getting trapped in between cars to cars blowing up, and I don't want to show that on this channel. Also have your latest update on your cool down. We have cooler temperatures coming down and a big heat dome, big ring of fire that's going to come right back and bring more heat all the way towards the north side of the U.S. still, and your latest tropical update. So remember, the timestamps are in the description below as well as other links. Now let's get into your video. Now, the latest update is now it is up to 80 deaths over in Hawaii. So God bless you and your families, especially someone if you know over there or someone that is over there. I wish the best for you. They are checking other neighborhoods to see if they have any more survivors or any more bad news that's coming out. They are expecting it to go up. Now, the Maui County Mayor, Richard Bison, has warned that the death toll could go up. And the Maui County officials have warned that harmful contaminants may be entered in the Lahaina water system. So be careful if you are going back over there. Bring food and water for yourself and your neighbors as well. Now, yesterday we did have a lot of hail reports, also a lot of wind damage reports, even going all the way down towards the southeast. And I still see more for today. Plus, we had 2 tornadoes. We had one in Michigan, and we had one in the Boca Chica Keys, a dust devil. Now, the tornado report in Michigan. They confirmed that a tornado struck the city of Perry, and damage was reported included extensive tree damage, trees on homes, and some damage to the downtown. Plus, we still have these 2 storm systems that's coming back to back, and they did put a severe weather outlook for the second one now, y'all. Now, you can see right here on Vorticia, we have our storms moving in today, but it really gets strong as you move through the afternoon. And then as we go through Sunday, this is going to keep revolving around with this heat that y'all have, but you have cool down coming. Then we have that next storm system start coming in for Sunday and Monday as well, while it starts bringing these cooler temperatures down with it. But this is going to create severe weather as well. Now, for today, it has gone up, and you do see the enhanced section, guys. So we do have another threat for tornadoes, even going up to 5% now. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for today, and this is going to be an evening event. Plus, you can see also the winds has picked up, not only to 5% in the multiple areas of 15%, we now have that 30% chance of high winds, at least 60 miles per hour winds when it has that 30% chance. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds for today, and you can see who's in the red for the 60 miles per hour or greater. And you do have the hail threat for today as well. That's almost the same as yesterday. It has grown more in the 5% plus more areas, but you still have that big 15%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today also. Now, National Weather Service has it as severe thunderstorms are likely across portions of the Ohio Valley and Northeast, parts of the Central Plains region, and across the Tennessee Valley today. The most concentrated area of damage and storms appear to extend from northeast Ohio across parts of Pennsylvania and into central New York, where damage and hail, wind, and tornado or 2 will be possible. And you can see here from HRRR that as you go throughout your day, there is some storms moving across the New England states, but it really starts popping up once you get around 4 o'clock this afternoon. And we'll move in a little bit closer for you as you get some storms across Kentucky, also from Colorado going into Kansas. Then the next storm system starts moving through the upper Midwest. But that's where you really start getting your severe weather threat. You start getting a bowing out in the storms, and that's where you're going to get some of your tornado possibilities as it passes through all evening long. Then for tomorrow, that storm system is going to start moving in and bringing the storms across with that as well as we go into Monday, and it starts growing even more for the upper Midwest while we start getting this long trail all the way down towards the panhandle of Texas going into Missouri once again. Now, you can see here from HRRR in your 15-minute increments that you do start getting some 40 and 50 and 60 miles per hour immediately as you go through 1:30, 1:45, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon for Ohio. Starts picking up also for Tennessee and Kentucky as you go through the evening. Then it goes towards Pennsylvania by the time you hit 3 o'clock, and it keeps going through Tennessee all evening long. A little bit of West Virginia. but it keeps trailing to the east. And it's all the way to 11 o'clock tonight. 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts definitely is possible in multiple areas, guys. This right here from Missouri, this was early this morning. But you can also see in the south central and the central plains, once you hit around 5:30, 6 o'clock, you start getting 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts as well. All the way from the Panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, maybe even get some hurricane force winds for western Kansas, a little bit of southwestern Nebraska, and a little bit of South Dakota as you go all the way from 5 o'clock all the way to 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. A lot of high winds in multiple areas today. But you can also see from your updraft helicity that you get some chances from hail moving through this morning from northern Missouri, moving into southern Illinois. Then as you go into this evening, it starts building up for eastern Ohio, also for Pennsylvania, going into Kentucky, going into New York as well all night long. Then you get the next system forming up for a little bit for southeastern Colorado, South Dakota as you go overnight into the early morning hours. Then it booms right back up for tomorrow as it goes through Kentucky, goes through northern Kansas, goes towards Missouri as well as you go all the way overnight. And for that one as well, that one's going to be overnight storms as well for eastern Kansas and Missouri as we go through tomorrow night. So there's a lot of places that's going to be seeing some hail for today. So you can also see here for Sunday, we do have the marginal for the New England states. Also, this big marginal, but now we got a big slight risk for severe weather. And we do have chances for tornadoes once again for tomorrow. So we do have the 2% and now a 5% right there over Missouri, where I'll show you the hail, where I'll show you where the winds are going to be picking up. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornadoes for tomorrow for Sunday, the 2% and a 5%. Plus, you do have chances for winds for tomorrow, right where I showed you where all those high winds are going to start brewing up. You can see right here for your cities and states, it is in that same area. So here's your risk for damage and winds for tomorrow as well. And you have the chances for hail almost in the same area with the 15%. Plus you have a couple areas of 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for Sunday. And you do see that storm system is moving further towards the northeast once again as you go through Monday. So there is severe weather. Here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather for Monday. I will keep you updated early in the morning. But as you look at the model with National Weather Service, you can see as you go from Sunday all the way to Tuesday morning, this storm system is bringing heavier rainfall for multiple states. All this orange is over an inch, but all the red starts adding up for southeastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and southern Indiana. Also from Minnesota, going to northern Wisconsin, going into Michigan as well, getting over 2 inches. North and southern, a little over an inch. So it's a straight line with these storms as it goes across northern Kentucky, West Virginia, West Pennsylvania, going towards East Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Jersey as well. But as you look further with the Euro and your vorticity, you can see that ring of fire swirling around while we get that first big storm. And then we get that next big storm while these tropical waves are still pushing to the west with the zonal flow, guys. And as you keep going, you can see all these cooler temperatures come on down to the south while we get that next storm system for next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, it is still showing strong, but it has gone further to the north. But we still got to watch out for these storms right in front of this system. So it is going to be some severe weather outlooks. I think it could brew up another day. So far, we have 1 day with it. As you keep on going with the cooler air, then that big heat dome just comes right back and grows. At the same time, this is a lot of heat coming in. At the same time, it's a good thing for your tropics because when you have a big revolving high pressure, it swings everything away from the Gulf. Now, there is a moment where it swings all the way from the west coast and it brings your cooler temperatures. But at the same time, when you get a trough like this, it puts a lot of shear out there. Right when we have these tropical waves passing by, that could destroy those tropical waves. Too much shear where nothing can form. Then you got to deal with the heat right there. So whether you want to deal with the heat, I know all y'all would rather some disorganized thunderstorms coming through, bringing y'all the rainfall, especially swinging around to Texas. That would be a blessing, I know. But the heat is going to grow, and these tropical waves are going to move further to the west. But after this, it's going to start growing in the tropics as well. And you can see here from an update on your tropopause as that first system comes in, brings you severe weather, still have cold air aloft, guys. You get them cooler temperatures coming all the way to the south. Even your daytime highs is going to be out of these 100-degree heat indices. It's going to be in the 80 and 90-degree heat indices. So that's going to be a blessing in itself. While you see that tropical wave gets destroyed over there by the Bahamas. Then now that big region just grows while you get that second storm system bringing you severe weather right in front of it, mostly from Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin, maybe a little bit of Illinois and Michigan, while it brings all that heat dome right back way northern. A lot more heat coming our way, guys, right after this cool down. So you can see our outlook for today. You do have that flash flood warning in the northwest, while you have the excessive heat warning in all of this pink, and you have the heat advisory in all of this orange. This is going to grow for today. And you can see this on HRRR. So as you get that cool air this morning coming through, it is going to come further to the south. You get a lot of strong heat indices building all day long, all the way up to 110, maybe even get towards 113, 114 degree heat indices for a lot of people. As this does come in with the cool air again for tonight, all the way down towards Ohio Valley, it will go lower, guys, but the heat indices are going to raise right back up for tomorrow as well and bring a lot of warm temperatures from the south central all the way to the southeast. But you can see all this pattern with the Euro. So as we go through tonight, get the cool air. Tomorrow, the heat indices come back. As we go through Sunday, then the cool air comes back down again. Then the heat indices come right back again. Then as you go through Monday, the cool air comes down. It's just going to roller coaster up and down like this for a few days before it comes south. And as you go through Monday, your heat indices come back again. But then once you go through Tuesday, then it starts going a little bit further with the 50s and the 60s. It's really going to feel really nice all the way towards the panhandle of Texas. Then the heat indices are going to stay a little bit further to the south once you go through your Tuesday. So your heat indices are going to lower down to the 80s and 90s. And over here, you can see for the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, a little bit of Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, it's going to feel like you're in the 70s. So it's going to start feeling better, although we do have storms coming through. But once you go through Wednesday, then it's going to be there again. As you go through Wednesday, the heat indices are going to stay way far to the south, all the way to the Gulf Coast. Now you're going to feel like you're in the 90s and 80s once again for a couple of days. But Wednesday night, the cool air is going to come back down again. You're going to feel like you're in the 50s and the 60s. It's really going to be nice all the way to the south. Then the heat indices will come right back again and stay right along the Gulf Coast. This is for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to get a little relief from this heat. Then as you go into Thursday morning, the cool air comes back down again. You're going to feel that again for multiple days next week, guys. You're really going to like this. But the heat indices is going to start rising up again after this. This heat dome is coming right back. So as you go through Thursday, your heat indices starts coming back. The cool air comes down again for the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, all the way down to the north central. But it's going to start raising up now. And as you go through next Saturday, now you have your cool air coming down. Next Sunday, you have your heat indices raising right back up again. And it's going to stay in that pattern once again, unfortunately. I'll give you an update on these next two storms coming. You can see that you do have some winds coming through. For that first system, it has strengthened up a little bit as it goes out through the northeast. And that second system has moved a little bit further to the north. Most of it is going to be in Canada, but it's going to be across the upper Midwest as you come Tuesday into Thursday. So it did not come all the way down like it's previously shown. It has stayed further to the north, but it is going to bring severe weather to the upper Midwest and maybe over the northern Ohio Valley as we go from Tuesday into Thursday. And there is a severe weather outlook for it. Now, National Weather Service has put an outlook out for the second storm now. We have a day 5, 15% going in from Wednesday the 16th to Thursday on the 17th. And so far, here's your cities and states at risk. I believe this could be another day moving a little bit further to the east. Now, let me give you the latest on your tropical update. We do still have these 3 invests that's going to be growing into the eastern Pacific. And I want to let Hawaii know what's going on, especially what they're dealing with. So far, this first one's going to stay more southern of you, not going to affect you. The second one isn't going to affect you neither. It's going to weaken as it goes towards your area. Could bring a little bit of winds, but it's not going to do anything like what Hurricane Dora did. And this third one is going to ride right up close to Mexico. And you can see this on your cyclone location. So you have your third one over here in Eastern Pacific. Your second one that could get a little close, maybe bring some winds, but it is going to diminish pretty quickly. And that first one that's going to stay southern of you as you go from 5 days and keep moving along. You see all the factors, all the ensembles agree that is going to weaken. You got one that stays a little stronger than normal, but the majority of them shows that that will weaken as it gets towards you. As this one grows over here for the Eastern Pacific, some show it can go right out into the Pacific. Some shows it can go right towards Mexico. So we will watch that when it is getting way past 10 days, guys. It's getting a little too far. But you can see here from your vorticity that Cyclone 1 does weaken down greatly. Might get some disorganized thunderstorms out of that. Not much. Second one weakens down greatly as well as it gets closer towards you. Not bringing no impact so far. Now this could always change a little bit. It is starting to get a little far out. So far not showing any threat with that for you, Hawaii. And as we look at your wind gusts for the next 10 days, you see how that first one is north side loaded. It does stay a little bit more southern into the Central Pacific. That second one strengthens up, but then weakens down immediately. Might bring you some winds. Plus the latest update in the Caribbean and the tropical Atlantic. You see update with National Hurricane Center. Still nothing expected in the next 7 days. But you can still see the same updates on global tropics. They are expecting that cyclone to form in the MDR and maybe get a little bit closer as we go from the 23rd through the 29th, moving towards the Bahamas in that region. And you can see the latest update with the Euro and a chance for a tropical depression in 3 days. There is a chance for that group of thunderstorms to get a tropical depression. It's a low chance. It's down to 25%. As you keep going 4 and 5 days out, you see it still stays there somewhat while we get the formation in the Eastern Pacific. As you keep going 6 and 7 days out, that next wave starts moving through. And as you get even closer, it starts dissipating multiple areas. Now we're 10 days away. And this is where we have that favorable environment that I showed you yesterday. Multiple areas where this wave could go as the coming days come along. So it's still showing possibility of something growing up in the Gulf while that next wave starts coming towards the Caribbean, towards the Western MDR. But then it starts spreading out dramatically, guys. I mean, look at the drama coming out in these cyclones. Just formation growing everywhere. We're coming into favorable environment, and it's just telling you there's no telling where this could grow. Every time I look, it's 10 days away, and every time I see something that says 10 days away, and then you check in a couple of days, it's 10 days away, tells me it's not going to form. So there's no accuracy at all with this right here as far as I can tell. There's just going to be a lot of favorable environment that will be moving in soon. Right now, there's still the big plumes of dust in front and behind the wave. And you can see how this one don't do anything in the Gulf according to the Euro. But you see as you get that next wave coming in, it gets away from that dust and it starts coming into our Caribbean as we go through the 17th while that second one shoots north. And then we get another one coming off the coast of Africa. So there's multiple waves coming. It's just some of the environment is favorable for a while. Then it goes unfavorable. Then it goes favorable again later on. So we are showing that it could go into the Atlantic on our second one. First one is the one that we still need to watch. And that third one so far coming off strong, but that's the end of the run. That first wave starts getting a surface low while that second one forms up. And that one does move into the Caribbean and starts strengthening up as we go towards 10 days. So we do need to watch this first wave coming. The second one is taking that northern path. And that third one is just too far away. But you can see here with the Euro agrees with the Canadian model that first wave is something to watch while that second one stays northern. And look how it goes into the Western Caribbean. It takes that zonal flow right to the west. This one shoots north, and then that third one starts coming off, starting to shoot a little north as well. Now, GFS is showing that these formations growing into the Eastern Pacific, but you can watch that as that third one forms up, it shows that it could stay right along the coast of Mexico and could be a potential problem. While that next wave comes in towards the Bahamas, not really doing anything. With that wave that the Canadian and the Euro sees, is showing that it also will go west. Why this could get some kind of late minute formation in the Gulf right around the 20th. And that one that's moving through the Caribbean also showing it could be going around a high pressure and it could form up into something. So we definitely need to still watch it. But once again, this is at the end of the run, guys. So it's too far to be sure. So far showing no formation will come out of this next one. Still showing according to the Euro that something could form up late into the Gulf where you have that potential tropical depression, low 25% chance. And then we have that next one moving by the Caribbean at the same time. So it is going to start changing as soon as we get past this big plume of dust. Showing that one in Eastern Pacific, that third one could strengthen up very strong. That could be a threat for Mexico, so we will check that. Also, as that high pressure moves away, you can see it does get a nice strong surface low on that wave as well. So there's multiple things to watch, but this is still too far away to take seriously. Please take GFS with a grain of salt. It hasn't been right all year yet. Because you can see with the GOES satellite that we do have all this dust moving through while that tries to form up something into the Gulf. So we do need to watch out for last minute formation with that. I have not gotten off that. while this strong plume of dust comes through the Lesser Antilles as you go through Monday. Doing a lot of possibilities. If you have breathing problems, be aware of this dust while you have that wave moving through in between another plume of dust, then that strong wave coming off behind it. So far it is going to steer that to the west. But at the same time, you can see it starts thinning out with the dust. So we definitely need to watch it. But this one has been trending that it will shoot further to the north, while we have more dust coming off the coast of Africa and another wave. But as you can see, our storms are forming up for today. So as we get towards 2 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 3, remember this is Central Time, guys, starting to get some strong cells moving through Ohio that goes into western Pennsylvania around Pittsburgh right around 5 o'clock this evening with some nasty hail cores in these cells. So just be aware this is going to be some strong storms for today, and it looks like the tornado threat grows for a good reason. These cells are really growing all the way till 6 o'clock. Then it keeps moving east all evening long while it starts moving a little bit more southern, and it spreads out towards New York as well as you go into 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Stays around Connecticut, Massachusetts, even Long Island, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware. Y'all get in on this as well as it moves in towards Virginia, as well as you go overnight for tonight. Then it weakens down and it stays around the New England states to early in the morning. So it is a nasty group of storms coming, especially right around 5 o'clock. This is some strong hail cores that's coming with these storm cells as they move through for this evening. It just builds and builds from 5 to 6 o'clock. So just be aware of that. Also have these storms forming up in Kansas, also over South Dakota, North Dakota, as you go through later tonight into this evening. And that is what's going to congeal up and come towards Missouri for tomorrow as well. It goes overnight into the early morning hours. Multiple states still getting a lot of thunderstorms early in the morning. So just be aware this is going to affect y'all in the morning as you get up. And then it's going to strengthen up as it goes later into the afternoon, getting storms over Wisconsin. And you get a nasty line of storms all the way from the panhandle of Texas into Oklahoma, also going into southern Missouri. And you get some nasty hail cores and those as well. So just be aware there is going to be more severe weather for tomorrow. You do have that tornado threat. There is some nasty hail cores that's passing through for tomorrow evening as well. So you have multiple rounds of storms that's passing through Missouri for tomorrow. But thank you very much for your time. God bless you and your families. Hope you have a great day today. Please be aware of this tornado threat. It is a pretty real threat. And God bless all of you in Hawaii, because it is really tragic, the stories that I'm seeing come out of there. I just do not want to put any more of those videos on this channel. It's just really, really sad. And my heart really goes out to you. God bless all of you. Now today I'd like to read to you Psalm 5, 1 through 4. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. Amen. I wish the best for every single one of y'all. Any of y'all hurting over what's going on in Hawaii, I wish the best for you and your families. God bless you and bring you some peace. It is really tragic. Remember, all glory always goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I wish the best for every single one of you, you and your families, every single day of your life. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Please bring rest and peace to those that need it.